So where are you from?
Russia, St. Petersburg.
Damn, I forgot to put it on silent. It might be a gig. It's one in the
It's a call
afternoon.
from my government.
I'm very excited today. I'm meeting Aleksandra from Russia. She's not come from Russia today, but I'm meeting her. I haven't met her before. It's a bit like Mr. Sam C. Do you remember Sam C?
Hey!
I think this is kind of the first time we met. Aleksandra! Dobry din!
Dobry din! Thank you for having me tonight.
Today?
Today.
Yes,
Absolutely.
it looks like it's night, but it's not, it's day. This is Aleksandra Ivanova. Where's the stress on Ivanova?
Ivanova.
Ivanova, as in new. Nova is new.
Yes,
See?
exactly.
I can speak the lingo, kind of. But do people call you Aleksandra or Sasha? Because Sasha?
Sasha, yeah, is a short.
See? I know stuff. But Alex in the Balkan regions is a very popular name for men and women. Alexandra, Alexander.
It's really popular. Like, I had 4 Alexandras in my class when
Yeah.
I was studying, and 3 Ivanovas.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, so the surname's quite popular as well?
Yeah, it's one of the most popular
Like
surnames.
Smith here?
Yes, exactly. But here I feel great because it's really exotic in here.
So where are you from?
Russia, St. Petersburg.
Oh, I've been to St. Petersburg.
Yes,
yeah, it's
really?
lovely. Yeah, we did. My dad on his 80th birthday took us all on a Baltic cruise, and we went to Tallinn, and then we ended up in St. Petersburg, which is beautiful.
Yes, it's gorgeous. It's like one of the most beautiful cities in Russia, and
Yeah.
I'd say in the world. Yeah, because we took, I think, all the best from all over other European cities.
What stole them? No, that's what we've done in the British.
Yes, that's your thing. But we just invited architectures. Yeah, I took comedy as science. I like everything structured. I read several books about comedy. I like all these algorithms of making jokes. Like set up punchlines, these rules of 3 and all this stuff and so.
So you did Mike Gunn's course at the Comedy Store. Mike Gunn's, he's been on the show. Check it out. It's very funny.
2 hours, Sunday mornings. There's big demand for it. See.
New comics.
Yeah, and they're all doing live at the Apollo.
Mike Gunn, good friend of mine. But you went on his course, and did you learn stuff from that? We've got to say yes now, otherwise he'll get really annoyed with me.
Of course, I learned a lot. But he taught us like more stuff about being confident on stage, about not being scared by a crowd. It was really useful. We didn't specified on the writing.
So it wasn't like Adam Bloom has written. He's been on the show as well. He wrote a book on, and that's very structural and technical.
I wrote a book for people who've been there 5 years, and people who haven't gone on stage went, I want to read that book.
Yeah, Mike, he advised us to read it during our free time, so we won't spend lots of time just writing material, because we can do it at home, and he was absolutely right about this.
Yeah.
So I really loved the book Comedy Bible by Judy Carter. It's like, it's my Bible
That's
now.
American Judy Carter.
Yes, yes. Also, my gun helped a lot, because I arrived to London, I was lost, and I didn't have anyone.
When did you come to London?
A year and a half ago.
That soon?
Yeah,
Really?
I lived in Scotland for a month when I was a teenager, but then I returned to Russia, and then me and my husband, we moved here.
Why?
He got a good job offer, and I thought it's a good opportunity to see a different country, to live there.
Were you doing comedy in Russia?
Yes, I did.
Were you well known in Russia?
No, I'm afraid not.
Is there a comedy scene in Russia?
Yes, it's enormous. It's so competitive in there. There are so many comedians, so many talented comedians, so many good comedians.
Are they negative of the government? How does it work there? Because here you can kind of say whatever you like. Is there any censorship? Are you worried what you say?
Yeah, in Russia it's really dangerous to say things about government, and I have several jokes about that, but I can joke them only here.
You can do them here?
Yeah.
They're not following you here?
No, I think I'm not famous here too.
No, but are they very careful about what they say over there?
Yeah, usually they are, but sometimes, of course, they make mistakes. They can say like a very distant jokes connected to the government, and people, they don't fully realize if they say something wrong, but then they are being followed by government, and then they are in prison. Yeah.
Seriously? Yeah.
There was one blogger, and he spent, I think, 2 years in prison for a comedy song that he did like in 2013.
Really?
Yeah, like they found his old video, and after that, yeah, he. But
Yeah.
Of course, I still love my country, and I can imagine myself doing comedy in Russia, just avoiding saying something about government. I'm not ashamed to be Russian. I'm not ashamed to say about our government, because my country did a lot for me. Like actually, I got so many fundings to my business from governmental money, and so.
What were you doing in Russia before you left?
I have a startup in chemistry.
In chemistry?
Chemistry, yeah. Actually, I'm an explosive technician, according to my diploma.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But do you prefer comedy?
Yes, yes.
It's weird, isn't it? By the way, if you're enjoying this, I'm enjoying this, it's fun.
I'm enjoying this so much.
There we go, we're getting her smiling. Don't forget to like, you've got to like, subscribe.
Yes, of course, like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe, and you'll see more of these kind of shows. Now back to the show. Why comedy, why?
Well, I think it all started when I was born. I was born on April the 1st.
Were you?
Yes.
I brought out a book on April the 1st. I think it's a great date.
I've seen Comedians 2, the book.
Yes.
And I looked through the photos.
Oh,
yeah.
lovely.
So I know your work as well.
Is it April the 1st is the same thing in Russia?
Yes.
Is it?
It's a Fool's Day.
Yeah.
It's like the Day of Laughs. I'm not a superstitious person, but I think if there was a sign, that was a sign. Like, yeah, being born on April the 1st. Like, I tried to do comedy all my life. Sometimes I was distracted, but I realized I cannot do anything other than comedy. I can't survive without comedy. I feel like it's just amazing how the combinations of words can make people laugh, and they create endorphins. It's a biological process, and how it can force endorphins by just saying words. Like the right combinations of them, just really amazing. And so this is why I also like comedy. I'm also a very anxious person, as you probably noticed when I arrived. Like I have an anxiety disorder, and also the comedy always helps me to cope with that. Like it helps me to relax, to calm myself down, to avoid stress situations. I'm very grateful to comedy for all this stuff.
I didn't notice that when you arrived.
I'm extremely anxious. I got through a lot of treatment, like pills, therapies.
How does it manifest? Do you have panic attacks, or is it?
Yeah, I used to have panic attacks, but just in general, I have troubles with sleep. My hands are shaking and all this stuff. And it was really hard to perform with all these problems with mental health. But I got through CBT therapy.
CBT, yeah.
Yeah, and it was so useful. I give advice to people ever since then, like to comedians, about breathing, about calming yourself down.
Do you get nervous before gigging?
Like today I can deal with that. Like if it's a really important gig, of course I'm getting very anxious. But
So you're saying it's not an important gig? It is an important gig. No, yeah.
Yeah, I'm shaking. You just.
Oh yeah. No, but I've noticed it as we're talking. You are getting more relaxed and laughing more. But how do you deal with that?
I ask myself one question, will it help me to succeed? I was taught this during my CBT therapy, and the answer is always no. Like, the more I get anxious, the worse I'll handle on the stage. So by answering this question, I calm myself down, and also I try to breathe, and especially when you are on the stage.
Oh, you actually do the breathing on the stage?
Yes, like Mike Gunn told us.
Oh, really?
This. Yes, this one was one of the most useful advices ever I received, from Mike. And he told us that when you're on a stage, when you start your monologue, you need to take a deep breath before you start speaking. So you calm yourself down, and everybody will see that you are confident, you're not in a rush. This is really important to show people that you're not afraid of them.
You're in control.
Yes, you're in control.
Because the more nervous you get, the more you tend to speed up.
Yes.
And rather than just slow down and.
Yeah, surely.
Your jokes, because they're quite dark, do you get anxious about what the reaction might be, or you just think I'm confident with my material, so I'm just going to do it. It doesn't matter what happens.
Of course it matters, because this is all about laughs, honestly. but sometimes I'm just ready that some material won't land as I wish, because it's really hard to predict the reaction of the audience. The same jokes can land so differently on a different audience.
Yeah, because you've got the added thing of language as well.
Yeah, it's for me. Yeah, it's a long route for me too.
Yeah, because you've got to ultimately translate the joke, and it could be a different translation.
Well, actually, I started writing material only in English.
Oh, really?
I switched, and like I don't have any Russian material. Sometimes people offer me to perform at Russian mics, but like I say, I don't have anything. I'm sorry. There is a Russian community in London, and they organize some mics, some shows,
Right.
and they have very warm and nice community. And I got several suggestions of performing, but like I said, I'm sorry, I can't.
Really?
Because I had material when I was performing in Russia, but when I moved here, I just thought that there is no sense of doing any Russian material here. Yeah, but there is a drastic difference between Russian comedy community and London's.
Go on.
So yeah, people in Russia, it's not just a stereotype. It's really hard to make Russian people laugh.
Is it?
Yeah, it's absolutely true, and I still remember like this vision will be, I think, with me for the rest of my life. I remember this one girl sitting in the first row and just staring at me like that.
Is that how she stared?
Yeah, I felt so judged. I felt so.
But we get that here.
Like people here are so invested. In Russia, if you do even one mistake, they won't forgive you. They won't listen to you again. Like they feel that you are not enough confident, and so they won't give you another chance. But here, I stutter, I forget words. But if my material is good, people will be really invested. They will listen to me.
Yeah. Do you like having your picture taken then?
Yeah, I think so. If they're good.
Yeah, we don't know if they're good, but generally, look, there's a smile.
Generally. It's a hard question. When I'm ready for it, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, like.
Oh. Damn! I forgot to put it on the silent. It might be a gig. Let me just. I might answer later on in the
call
afternoon.
From my government.
Yeah.
Добрый день.
That's what I should have done. See, very good. So, what's your best gig to date?
I couldn't pick one. It was a really hard question.
Because you've had so many best gigs.
Yes, I had so many just like amazing gigs, and especially in London. Like I started with the Comedy Store with the King Gong.
Oh, I saw a little bit of that online actually, yeah.
Let's just explain what the King Gong is. It happens at other clubs, but the Comedy Store is the typical gong, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Is it? Do they have a gong?
Yes, they literally have.
They literally have a gong. So they give you how long do you have to beat the gong? 3 minutes?
5 minutes.
5 minutes. So it's 5 minutes. 5 minutes. You've got to survive 5 minutes without the audience kind of shouting and all that. And
yes, they're interrupting, they're heckling. I think it's one of the most stressful events for a comedian. Like many comedians, they just avoid this stuff, and that's totally understandable.
I think it is understandable because you're kind of being judged, and the audience already primed to be a bit nasty.
Yes, they are like motivated by the MC. Yeah.
Yeah. So how long did you last?
4 minutes.
4.
Yeah. I didn't even manage to beat it. I've done it once, but I really enjoyed it so much because like performing at the Comedy Store, I think it's a dream of every comedian.
Right.
Because it's such an amazing venue with so many people in the audience. But at first, I was terrified, of course, when I was waiting for my turn, and the people they were so scary, they were drunk, they were feral, and they were screaming. It looked like a football match, honestly. It was one of my best gigs because, like, as I said, I was terrified. I could hear my teeth clinking against the glass when I was drinking water. Like, it was just terrifying. And I was sitting there, and I just couldn't imagine me being on stage with all these people. They were like 500 people.
Yeah, it's about 450, 500, yeah.
Yeah, so like I was waiting for my turn, and then like I approached the stage and I started with my opening joke, and it landed so well. I needed to wait for several seconds till.
What's the opening joke?
I came here from a really cold and distant country, Russia. But as you might know, it's getting a little bit closer. So yeah, and that was my opening joke, and it landed really, really good. And I continued doing my material. I knew all my stuff. Like if somebody woke me up at night, I could do my material.
Right.
Worst gig?
Worst gig. Like you asked also about darkest moments, and like can I mix this?
Of course, this is a free-rolling, free-wheeling show.
My worst gig. I wanted to share this story because you know that I'm Russian and we have tough situation with Ukraine, and so like a half a year ago, my comedy mate, he offered me to participate in roast battle. Do you know roast battle? The format when you are roasting each other.
Roast battle, yeah, totally.
So yeah, he offered me to take part in a roast battle, and I was really thrilled. I wanted to try it for so long because I'm into dark jokes and I like people like just exchanging the darkest things on stage without being offended. I wrote to host, and he said that he will find me a partner, and then he gave me a contact of a Ukrainian lady, and I was like, oh, that's totally fine. Okay, we're
Ukrainian comedian, a comedian.
Yeah, Ukrainian comedian. So yeah, I contacted her and we exchanged facts. And just so you know, like a roast battle is not an improvised show. You meet your partner in advance, and
do you?
Yeah, you exchange facts and you write material according to this fact.
Oh, okay.
And very important thing, you can say some topics that you don't want to be aroused, like family, children, and you can't use these topics.
Right.
And so, yeah, we exchanged some facts, but there were no like prohibited topics. She didn't tell me anything about like political stuff. When we arrived to the venue, I saw my partner, this lady, and I approached her. We had a small talk about like how we got there, about the traffic, just regular stuff. Everything was pretty normal. Like I was wearing just a normal black blouse and skirt, and it's important. It's just not like random facts. And she was wearing a dress with glitter, and it was also dark. It was black with glitter. And so our pair was first, so after a short introduction we went on stage and I was getting comfortable. I was like interacting with the mic and everything, all this stuff, just regular thing. And at some point I noticed that something bad is happening right here. Like she took off her dress and underneath it there was a Ukrainian flag, and she put a camera just like in front of the stage so she could like record everything that is happening. And she started her speech by saying that on the example of this girl, I'm gonna destroy Russian, I'm gonna show all the Russian, all my friends how I'm gonna like roast this like Russian girl. And I was like, okay, let's go. And so for me the only option was to do my roast, to do my jokes. And so honestly my jokes landed like a little bit better than hers, and in the middle of our roast battle she started to lose her temper. She started shouting at me. She shouted like, you have blood of the children on your hands, you're a murderer, you're a terrorist.
She took it straight out of the realm.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not what
yeah,
it was,
so she started to behave really like not professional at all. She just stopped saying jokes. It was like a mess, and the MC, he was hiding behind the chair on the stage, like he didn't know what to do because she was so feral, she was so angry. And I think that everything didn't go according to her plan, and that's why she also went so angry. I wanted to do my jokes, but she started interrupting me. So I couldn't finish some of my jokes, but they were really good. Like I wanted to say that, okay, I know all these things about war, but do you know that Ukraine violated the convention of psychological and biological weapon by allowing you to perform? So yeah, I had something like this, and she was just interrupting me, so I couldn't even finish my jokes. Yeah, this is how our roast battle ended, and the judges suggested us shaking hands, and I approached her and she refused to shake my hands. Yeah, she just ran away after our battle.
Best advice?
Best advice, so yeah, the author of this advice was Mike Gunn, when he said...
Mike Gunn, I can't believe Mike Gunn's getting mentioned again in this. Mike, you've got a lot to answer for.
So yeah, he advised us to take a deep breath before starting your performance on stage. While many people are rushing, like they are saying, they start to say their monologue while they're like even interacting with the mic stand, and it all seems like in a rush, not so confident. You just need to take your time. Like you arrive on stage, everybody's they are applauding to you, and you have time. Take your own time.
Worst advice?
worst advice. It's
Is it from Mike Gunn? Let it be from Mike Gunn. Go
No,
on.
I'm afraid not.
Oh, no.
No, I received this advice from some of my fellow comedians, and it's about drinking before performing. Yeah, and it's always bad to drink. You don't need to use some tools to calm yourself down other than yourself. Not using alcohol or pills or something. I think you need to take control over everything that is going on stage with your material.
I'm gonna get you to look in the mirror.
Oh, I love this part with Adam Bloom when he said like, "Oh, I see a 50-year-old bloke."
Yeah.
I see a bloke who's hit his 50s but still looks like he's hanging on to his 40s.
Adam Bloom seemed to crop up in a lot of our. And now look in the mirror. When you look in the mirror, what do you see?
Actually, I see a very good makeup I did in the morning. I hope I see a promising comedian.
Okay.
But what can I definitely see is a hard-working comedian.
Okay. Do you see anything else? Family? Anything?
Yeah, I can see my mom's features.
Yeah. Is that all the questions, Mr. Frankie?
Well, we've got the photograph.
Oh yes! I mean, I've come from the comedy side of things rather than photography, so I don't know that many photographers.
Actually, I've chosen several. And
several.
So these are the works of Arseny Kotov. He's a Russian photographer. He travels all over our country, and he depicts people even in the most northern parts. Some of the cities are abandoned because there is really hard to live in there, but still people are working here, and yeah, the winters are so cold. This is also like the picture of these northern parts.
And you've got the mountains on there. Yeah.
It's a very good angle, I think.
How old is he? Still around photographing?
Yes, he is still doing.
Okay.
He has a book of his works.
I might get his book.
I'm going to Russia in several days. I can bring it to you. I can try to find it.
Aleksandra has come in 2 months after we did the video.
I actually found this book in Russia, but it was in Russian.
These are fantastic. Thank you so much. We did talk about the art, and you do.
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it, and also thank you for your present. Like the last time we met, you gave me 2 books of your works, and they're amazing.
I gave you 2, did I?
Yes,
that's terrible.
yes.
I should have been 1.
Too generous. But no, I love them. The photos are gorgeous. Like I like the light and shadow, how you work with them, and how you capture the moment when people are performing in there, like right in the moment and in the center of attention. It's just amazing.
She's my new agent. Got to do a selfie. I always do a selfie. Let me put this down. Oh, have I done it? That worked? Nice. Thank you very much. We have a hug now. We know each other.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It was such a pleasure.
It was all right, wasn't it?
Yeah, the dialogue was so lively, so funny. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
And make sure you subscribe, subscribe. Have you got anything coming up that we can talk about? Follow you on Instagram.
So yeah, you can follow me on Instagram. It's Alexa Dark Stalker.
That sounds ominous.
Yeah, I'm not gonna stalk you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna post some of sketches because I already done some, and you're gonna see me in the appearance of Disney princesses doing Russian stuff and.
In English.
Yes, of course.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, thank
Aleksandra
you.
Ivanova.